Welcome to Gospel Music USA, bringing you the best in Southern gospel music from coast to coast. Now here are your hosts of Gospel Music USA, Danny Jones, Peck, Gooch, and Mike LeFerve.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Gospel Music USA. My name's Danny Jones. I'm with Singing News Magazine.
Peck, Gooch with Peck in the River. Mike LeFerve's not with us today. He's on the road, but he'll be back very soon.
He certainly will, but in his absence, we have brought in an element of youth today.
Oh, yes.
We decided that you and I were going to go out and find one of the youngest gospel singers that we could find.
Yes.
And we only had to drive down the interstate just a little bit.
That's right. And let me say this. We thought, you know what, we better get somebody young. That way they'll help us look a little bit younger. So this is going to be the youngest show y'all will ever see today.
Do not adjust your set. This is as good as it gets right here, okay? All right, our guest today is, he's from Covington, Georgia, and you may have had your first introduction to him courtesy of Bill Gaither on some of his videos, but we've got him in the studio here today. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Logan Smith.
There is a storm too strong to brave. There is a night much too dark to see the way. To every life there comes a day when every cloud comes closing in shades of gray. But there is a peace that I can't explain. There is a balm in Gilead, a name above all names. There is a cross to which I run, and underneath its outstretched arms the work is done. Cause for when I touch Calvary, there is a peace. There's nothing I have ever known that can compare to what I see in Christ alone. So when I am overwhelmed, Lord, lead me back to that rock in a weary land, where there is a peace that I can't explain. There is a balm in Gilead, a name above all names. There is a cross to which I run, and underneath its outstretched arms the work is done. Cause for when I touch Calvary, there is a peace. For there is a peace that I can't explain. There is a balm in Gilead, a name above all names. There is a cross to which I run, and underneath its outstretched arms the work is done. Cause for when I touch Calvary, oh, there is a peace. Cause for when I touch Calvary, oh, there is a peace.
This next song I want to do for you, it's called There's Joy in the Morning, and I feel as Christians that's one of the greatest promises that we have, that no matter how long the storms last, that joy does always come, and so I hope you enjoy this.
When I wake up in the morning and start each brand new day, I thank God for His blessings with a smile upon my face. And though Satan comes against me, I will not lose my faith. Though weeping may endure the night, things are bound to change. For there is joy in the morning, from your eyes. Let the joy replace the pain, 'cause freedom awaits for you today if you'll call on Jesus' name. But there is joy in the morning, it's with each passing day. So no matter what you're facing now, well, help it's on the way. So don't you worry about tomorrow, 'cause he has worked it out for you. Remember, joy comes in the morning, and you're gonna make it through. Just remember, joy comes in the morning, and you're gonna make it through.
And welcome back to Gospel Music USA. Our guest today is not the youngest person to ever appear on the program, but the youngest person to ever sing as a soloist. He is the pride and joy of Covington, Georgia, Mr. Logan Smith. Welcome to our program
Thank you.
today.
I'm honored to be here.
And he's one of my favorite people.
Yes, he is.
You really are.
He's one of those guys that just smiles a lot, laughs a lot. Kind of makes you wonder what he's up to, doesn't it?
You never know.
He's so funny. You have the best personality, and I can say that. I brag on him because he's been at our house many times, friends with our kids. And Logan, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm honored to be here.
All right, now, a lot of people who are watching the program are very familiar with a gentleman that, in a way, launched your career accidentally, Jeff Easter.
Yes,
and
sir.
Because of Jeff Easter, you've wound up on things like, the Bill Gaither videos, and the
Done a
Bill
few of
Gaither
those.
concerts, things like that.
Tour with them for
I
years,
did.
didn't you?
About 3 years, we were at most every one of them, so that was a
All right,
huge
but
blast.
now there's a great story on how the CD that you were on that eventually wound up in the hands of Bill Gaither. Tell us that story.
Yes, sir. Jeff and Sherry Easter's county commissioner had the CD and gave it to Jeff, and he said it laid on the cover of his dash till the cover faded. And so he gave it to Jeff, and Jeff finally listened to it, and he recognized me. I went to see them in my hometown, and so I went that night to hear them, and he called me up, and I sang, and he called Bill that night, and 2 weeks later we did the first Gaither show in Myrtle Beach. So it all happened overnight, basically.
Bill Gaither absolutely fell in love with you because you
yeah.
sound so much like Vestal. I mean, here you were this tall singing
This wide at the time.
singing Vestal Goodman songs, and so she was a major influence.
She was. I grew up loving the Happy Goodmans. I loved everyone on the Gaither videos, but the presence and the excitement that they brought to the stage was like no other group I'd ever seen, and that's really what encouraged me to do this.
One thing is, another thing is, of course, she was your inspiration.
She
but,
was.
You know, you kind of put it with a Logan spin.
We
if you
did,
would,
yeah.
If you say.
And that's what I love to do is mix the stuff up. At my concerts now, people, they'll sit there and look at me like I'm funny till we start doing the Goodman stuff, then they liven up. So that's always something that I make them wait for because I know they'll stay, even if they don't like it.
But one thing, even with your voice changing, you know, we thought what's going to happen when his voice changes, but you still have the Vestal tones every now and then. Even the songs you were doing earlier, I thought he still has that tone. And
well, that's something I don't think you can ever get rid of. Once you've just locked those tones in, and she was, like you said, a huge influence.
well, did you ever meet Vestal?
I didn't. They came to Atlanta. The Gaither homecoming tour came to Atlanta just a few months before she passed away. And she was in the back. They said Kim Hopper was doing her hair. So I never did get to meet her, but that was one of the highlights of my life was seeing her live. That was just Howard had passed away in November, and this was the following February. So it was her first show back on the road. So that was so cool.
What's your favorite song? Your favorite Vestal song? Do you have one?
I really don't. I love them all. It's hard to narrow so many greats like that down, but I love everything she did. I'll at least listen to it.
Well, and you've got a new album.
I do.
And, hey,
and I just so happen to have one.
Wow. Yep.
Just so happen to have one.
What's the name of it?
It's
Tell
called
us
Hits
that.
Before My Time. And
I love that.
every song on there was a hit before I was even thought of. And so it was so cool going back to pick these songs.
That age thing
I know.
again. Yeah.
That's it. You know, but I feel so young talking to him. Do you, Danny?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well,
he's
if you've got
making
the
us
look, that's
younger.
all that matters. If you got the young look, that's all that matters.
Well,
Wow.
That's all that matters.
Good. Well, best 2 out of 3.
I'm telling you,
so.
we got it. We've got it there. But it was so cool getting to record these old songs. And I had Vestal. I did a duet with Vestal on there, and Jeff Easter made that possible. And Jeanette Cook of the Singing Cooks, she's on there, and she's such a sweetheart. I loved getting to work with her that day, and her sons are on there singing harmony with her. So such a cool
awesome.
song.
I will say this. I listened to it on my way down to the studio today, and when you got to My Lord Will Send to Moses, and then the second verse, Jeanette Cook starts singing.
It's
I'm going,
incredible.
oh, this is so great.
A lot of people said it's taking them back in time, and so that was purposely why I did this record, was to take these old songs. Some of them not been done in 30 years and bring them back.
All right, so you're 19 years old
I am.
as we record this program. Your 20th birthday is on the way. Is this going to be Logan Smith's career from here on out?
If that's what the Lord would allow, I'd love it. There's no greater joy for me than standing on a stage telling people about Jesus Christ. And it's just, I absolutely love it. There's not another thing I could think of that I'd rather be doing. It's just, it's a highlight. I love to get to do this.
So what are your hobbies?
My hobbies. Well, I do listen to a lot of music. I've learned from talking to other artists, a lot of people don't listen to music when they're home. They said they try to get away from it because that's all they do. But I'm a huge music fan. I love classic country music and then just old Southern gospel. I'm a huge fan of that, of the twang, the steel guitars, the twin fiddles. I love that.
He loves it all.
Hey, what's your website? So they can get you
www.logansmithministries.com.
One more time.
www.logansmithministries.com. But everything is on there. I've done 6 albums, so you can find all that tour information. It's all on there.
All right. Well, speaking of great music, there is plenty more on the way. Come back and join us here on Gospel Music USA. Hey everyone, welcome back to Gospel Music USA. Our guest today is Logan Smith, and Logan, even though he is young, he has a true appreciation for some of the classic songs of Southern gospel music. Matter of fact, he's got one for us right now. You'll probably remember this old song from Dottie Rambo. It's called Come Spring. Go ahead, Logan.
I stood in a lonely room of a mother, old and gray. Her voice so weak she could hardly speak. I brushed a tear away. She was watching the little snowflakes falling on her window pane. She breathed a sigh and then replied, I'll be gone to be with Jesus come spring. Before the roses bloom in my garden, I'll be gathering flowers in a better land. Before the fields are green, before the robin sings, I'll be gone to be with Jesus come spring. There's a big gate standing open. A gentle voice calls me home. 'Cause soon I'll be in God's country, in a garden on my own, with my troubles far behind me and my body's free from pain. When the sun melts the snow and the warm winds blow, I'll be gone to be with Jesus come spring. And now the roses bloom in her garden, and she's gathering flowers in a better land. Well, she
song I want to do for you. It's a classic. I'm sure you've heard this, but it relates to so many people that are hurting during the time of a loss. And it simply says, "Go rest high on that mountain."
I know your life on earth was trouble, and only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to go rest high on that mountain, son. Your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son. Oh, how we cried the day you left us. We gathered around your grave to grieve. Wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Go rest high on that mountain, son. Your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son. Go rest high on that mountain, son. Your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son.
Great,
Thank you,
Logan. Oh, thank you for being on the show today.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
You know, this is on your new album
It
as
is,
well.
yes, ma'am.
And Come Spring is on the album.
is.
The last two songs are
Yes,
on your
ma'am.
album.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that website?
www.logansmithministries.com.
You know, Logan, you make me smile when I see you. He's been at our house many times. Our kids are big buddies,
Oh, yeah.
and
You got great kids, by the way.
well, thank you. Well, they have good company, that's for sure.
We love 'em.
Well, we love you, and always enjoy hearing you sing. I appreciate your ministry so much, and y'all get us together. We're gonna
We're
laugh.
gonna laugh.
That's
There's not
for
a
sure.
serious or a dull moment, either one.
That is right. But
That's it.
we're very excited about your album, and I listened to it on the way down to the studio, and it's just great. Folks, y'all need to get this album. You're in Covington,
Covington,
Georgia.
Georgia, yes,
And
ma'am.
also, y'all get them to come to your youth groups, to your churches
I
to
would love
sing.
to.
And hey, and thank you all for joining us today on Gospel Music USA. And we are very excited again to have Logan sing for us. Now, what is the song you're about to do?
This one's called Till the Storm Passes By.
Okay, thank you, Logan.
Thank you. In the dark of the midnight have I oft hid my face, and while the storms howled above me, and there was no hiding place, amidst the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. When the long night has ended and storms they come no more, let me dwell in thy presence on that bright and peaceful shore, there in a land where the tempest, it never comes. So Lord, may I dwell with thee till the storm passes by. Till the storm passes over, until the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast and let me stand in the hollow of thy hand, and just keep me safe till the storm passes by. So till the storm passes over, until the thunder it sounds no more, until the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast and let me stand in the hollow of thy hand, and just keep me safe till the storm passes by. Lord, keep us safe till the storm it passes
That we could sum up today, it would be that, to know that regardless of the storms that we'll face in life, Jesus is the answer, and He will carry you through. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys so much.
And we're excited about that new album you have out.
I am too.
Again, what's your website?
www.logansmithministries.com.
Hey, and y'all, thank you all for joining us today on Gospel Music USA, and be sure to check out our fan page and like that page for us, and we'll see you next time.